Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Conqueror Gun Carriage. It's the Tier 10 British SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Steps, and it's under the command of a fingernail clipping, and the battle's about to commence.
I offered them a chance to surrender, but they decided to wait and see.
That sounds like Chuck Norris. Well, Conqueror Gun Carriage. It's a fake tank, unfortunately. The Conqueror was real, but the Conqueror Gun Carriage was never built. It's a wargaming invention. They had to have something at Tier 10, and they couldn't go with anything that actually really existed, which would have been quite nice, but no, they had to go with this one instead. 9.2-inch main gun, capable of doing 1000 alpha. And oh, he's just about to line up the shots. Oh, he switched shells. And he's loaded. Rounds out straight away on the Jaeger. Direct hit. 546. He switched to the non-stun HE straight away, and that's why there was a little delay. Standard reload is 44.1 seconds. He's got 35.51. Now he's loaded the non-stun HE again. Having a look at the east side of the map. Yes, it's based on the hull of the Conqueror tank with a 9.2-inch howitzer on it. That's 233.7 millimeters in caliber. With the standard shells, as I said, it's capable of 1000 alpha, 59 millimeters of pen. With the extra or non-stun HE, it's 1350 and 74 millimeters pen. It looks to me like our teammate just got hit. The concept, I think he got hit in the side, and the enemy's pushed down so far on the east side of the map that even our friendly Arty are actually having to decamp and move a little further to the west. Almost as if it's turning into an assault game, and this is the defending spawn. Okay, they've realigned and we've got an E3. Rounds out. Oh, that landed well short of the target. I guess fingernail clipping's not having a great day at the moment, but it could get better. Now this Arty does have a fairly high trajectory. Some people have actually nicknamed it the orbital laser cannon because it sort of like zooms down from above and nukes the target.
That was close.
Well, he got two tanks there with one shot. A Panzer 7 and he got a Jaeger at the same time. He's focusing on the east side now. That AMX 13105 won't survive very long if he is on the receiving end of one of these shells. He'll go straight through his armor. There he is. He's pushing his luck. In fact, actually, he goes down to the BC-75, who's way up in the cliffs. Okay, so we're focusing on the west side of the map. He's not fully dialed in. That does really help with the accuracy. Oh, he's got two together there, the 705 and the Panzer 7. And he hits the E3. And he stuns the others. Whoa, no, don't go into your teammate. He might be aiming. Yep, he was. Even just touching a teammate during a battle can reset their aim, and you get their rescue blooms out. And they certainly won't appreciate it if that happens. He's got two again, together. In fact, only seconds till he shoots. Now he's got three together. Go on, shoot. Rounds out. Well, he hits the front of the Jaeger, makes him a one-shot. And I think he splashed the other two. So he's getting multiple damage now. This is much better. when the enemy makes a mistake like this and they all gather together to form a line, well, you just have to take advantage of it. Almost ready to go again. Rounds out. Looks good. Yes.
I could do this without a tank.
E3's down, and he's getting the side-by-side now, which means that obviously he's going to improve because he's close to his teammate. By necessity, not by choice. Well, I suppose it's by choice at the moment. Two tanks together, but in fact that's a wreck of the E3 and the 705. This team seems to be doing a very good job of holding the enemy at bay. Okay, go for the 705. That was the Batchat. Ooh, that's good. The Batchat will love that. 428 stun assist from hitting the guy. Okay, there's the Panzer 7. The AMX M454 is a one-shot. Can't ignore that one. He's been spotted. He needs to get around in, because otherwise that AMX M454 is going to take a shot at him. There comes the enemy Arty. Oh, and he struck us right on the roof. And it is their Batchat 155-58. And we got hit by the second one as well. It looks like he fired two in. Say it looks like he fired two in, but in fact, no, I think he's working out that the guy must be up in the hills at the back of the map. Well, so far, we're actually one tank down on the enemy. So we have held the enemy at bay on both sides of the map. Yes, he's seeing the tracer come from the north of the railway line, so that's where he thinks they are at the moment. Trouble is, if he goes up here, there's a possibility he might get spotted by the enemy. He doesn't want that to happen. So at the moment, he's trying to fire his shot from this slope. The enemy's not in sight at all. And he's the closest one to the Panzerkampfwagen 7. So he really does need to move. Oh, it's the 705 is just around the corner. Unfortunately, it looks to me like a fingernail clipping is probably going to end up dying prematurely. The 705 is going to get a proximity spot very shortly. You can see the little white ring. He's not quite inside it yet, but the moment he is, that's when it will be too late. Looks like the Batchat 155-58 on our team is actually firing on the 705 directly. The 705's not getting close yet. And the Manticore, with only 17 hit points, is trying to get in there for a cheeky shot with his 105mm. In fact, I think he's probably going to get one. It's forced the 705 to turn around and deal with him. And our Arty 3 is moving in quick, and the Manticore goes down. But I think this TVP's tested his limits too far. And he takes a big hit for 555. And the Arty 3 just fired at the 705 but didn't kill him. But he did get him this time. We're still one down on the enemy. Most of the enemy over the other side of the battlefield. if the Leopard 1 on the enemy team goes down, we might be able to move north on the west side and find out where that enemy Arty is. Well, he fired at where the Leopard was last seen. Again, we see the tracer from the enemy Arty north of the railway line. Well, according to this, the Hori 3 just killed the enemy Leopard 1, which is surprising because our Hori 3 is actually now to the east of us. Little target, T-57 Heavy. Still have plenty of ammunition to play with, though. Only 4 minutes left on the clock, though. This is unfortunate because we're just not getting any spotting at all. Whilst our guys are doing a bit of a scouting run or going straight up the trench in the middle, we're not seeing where the enemy is, so we can't fire rounds in unless, of course, they're blind. And there's that TVP again. Got to fully dial in. Rounds out. Well, nice bit of splash, but it's not enough. And now we've got an Object 430U, and he's come over from the east side of the map, and he's now on the west side. Luckily, our Batchat's firing rounds in that general direction. That was the Hori 3. And the TVP's gone down. Now the enemy's in real trouble. Line it up ahead of his path. Rounds out.
I didn't even hit him yet.
Well, we've got some stun.
Already panicking.
Oh, he's caught between a rock and a hard place. He's got our teammates either side of him, and the 430U goes down to the BZ-75, and that leaves them with just 2 tanks left, the T-57 Heavy on the east side and the Batchat 155-58, and that's the 2-minute hooter. We could genuinely win this one. It might be that Batchat 155-58 had to relocate.
Man, that was close.
And he's out the game, so it's just the T-57 Heavy now. Looks to me like a fingernail clipping is bouncing all over the place. I think he's got a little too much weed this evening. And the T-57 Heavy goes down, and that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was another ace tanker game from a fingernail clipping in the Conqueror Gun Carriage. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12. He got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else in his team. And I guess the reason why he did so well in this game was because the game went on for so long, and he was able to survive even while he was very, very close to that Object 705. His win rate was 4,022, which is super income standard and a little bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage because that went to the AMX M454 on our team, who got 4,653, but he got taken out of the game. The Concept 5, even after taking early shots in the game when he was almost ran into us, he managed to get 4,184 hit points. And then we've got Fingernail Clipping with 4,115. So 3 players on 4,000 damage. It was a tier 10 game, so there's a lot of hit points in it, but just goes to show that there were a number of players on this team that were much better than the players on the enemy team. When it came to kills, you can see the Hoey 3 managed as Top Gun, got 6 kills. 3 kills went to the BZ75 and 2 kills went to the Concept, the Object 430U on our team, and on the enemy team, their T57 Heavy and their Jaegeru managed 2 kills, and Fingernail Clipping only got 1. But when it came to base XP, you can see he's a lot higher up the table. In fact, he's in 3rd place because the Hoey 3 managed 1,081, the M454 1,038, and those were the only 2 who managed to make it over 1,000, but Fingernail Clipping was the next highest with 894. He fired 14 rounds in the game. He got 6 direct hits, no penetrations, but he did get 18 splash. He was hitting multiple tanks with some of the shots that he was firing, as many as 3 tanks at a time. 4,115 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit. It was by way of splash. That was the enemy Batchat shell that hit the roof of his vehicle. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 kill. So yes, he did pick up a Confederate, and he got 1,097 hit points of stun assists off 14 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he actually made a loss on this game of 13,187 credits. He did get 7 bonds because it was tier 10, and he also took away 4,470 experience points out of it as well. So it was a reasonable game, but, well, it seemed to me he placed himself in the wrong place, and that 705 was very, very close to him. Could have taken him out if he just pushed around the corner. But every time he tried to push around the corner, the 705 was getting dissuaded from doing so by our Batchat 155-58, who was firing back at him with multiple shots. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.